Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The legendary
Will Packer.
Family.
Hey.
Family. What's happening?
I feel like I ain't
in a second. I was going to say that.
I'm here. Come on. Stop playing. I'm here. I'm on time. I'm here for y'all.
He'll be here in a
I don't
second.
know how many more of these shows are going to be. Angela didn't say yesterday, like, when it was over. So I just came up.
No, this is very true. Like, you know, right now, I guess is the official start of Angelique's farewell tour.
This is the farewell tour. That's why I'm here.
yeah.
I ain't come to see y'all. I came to see
We just found out.
Yeah, you
I'm
look
not going to lie.
amazing.
Shayla, who works with Will also.
Absolutely. Co-producer Oscars, yes.
Yeah, she texted me last night and she said, see you in the morning. I think she was trying to feel it out to see if I was
if he was gonna be here.
Yeah, nobody knew.
And I was
love
like,
it.
can't wait.
By the way, master marketing, everybody, well done. You know what I mean? Dropped the cryptic tweet and had everybody buzzing and talking, and came up, and then you dropped a bomb about your own situation. Love
Yay.
it. Isn't it? Go black
Control
woman,
the
do your
narrative.
thing.
Isn't it sad that we know that how our coach is going to respond to stuff like that?
100%. Because if you had came out like, oh, great news, good news, positivity,
That's right.
you know,
We got no
big
retweets.
positive announcement.
That's right.
25 retweets.
No trend.
No
right.
one would have cared
That's
at
right.
all. Nah, we respond to the drama. That's what it is, though. That's all right.
You produced the Oscars this year. Amazing job.
Thank you, sir.
You and
I
Shayla,
appreciate
too.
it. Yeah,
My girl
too. Shout out
Shayla.
Shayla Cowan. Yep, first all-black producing team on the Oscars.
The most legendary historic Oscars ever.
Talked
think
about
so.
forever. We'll all be gone if you talking about that Oscar.
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, what other event in live television, arguably, would be talked about like this, like globally? You know what I mean? It's, you know.
I just didn't like
You gotta
one
take the
thing.
good with the bad. You gotta take triumph with disaster. That's a Rudyard Kipling quote.
I didn't
True.
like one thing.
Okay.
It was a lot of Howard University
Oh, God.
talk
Here we go.
during that.
That's the one thing?
They was all entwined and everything.
No.
Wanda Sykes
On the
hosted it, bro.
Oscars?
Yes.
She's from
No,
Hampton.
I think you think about the BET Awards.
No, not the
Envy.
BT Awards too. But
They
I
did a
felt
lot of Howard
I
there.
felt a lot of Howard.
No, what do you mean? First of all, it was me. Starting with me, fam
went
you.
to-
No, I'm fam
You went
you.
to Hampton?
You know, see, you a Hampton person. I
Oh,
can tell.
gosh.
That's why he gets confused.
And Wanda
That's
Sykes
why he
hosted it.
gets
She's Hampton
confused.
alumni.
Of course.
Wanda's Hampton.
Yeah, all day.
The actual trophy presenters were from North Carolina A&T.
Yes.
Like real.
I thought it was dope, though, for
It
real.
was the most like diverse, inclusive Oscars.
Absolutely.
And I don't use those
It's
like
probably the first
buzzwords like other
Oscars that I've
people.
watched, like,
Did you watch it?
in its entirety ever.
And a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
How about the Beyonce opening? You
Yeah,
know, I mean, we're not
It was
reliving, but
amazing.
I'm very proud of the show.
No, you
As
did a
you
great
can
job.
tell.
You
We
really
did our
did.
thing. Worked very hard.
You really
Now,
did.
initially, were you a little upset, or when the whole slap situation happened?
Oh, of course. I mean, it was, you worked so hard, right? And you wanted to be remembered. And by the way, it was an awful thing that happened. So, yes, the natural reaction is like, oh, I was just like, not like this.
Right.
Not on my watch.
So what happened backstage? Fill us in on what happened backstage. Did you think it was a joke? Because
100%.
And are
I'm
you tired of
backstage.
talking about this? So
It's like therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sitting on the Breakfast Club couch right now.
So break us down.
Yeah, I'm backstage. I'm on. So me, Shayla, we got a bank of monitors. We're watching everything that goes on. The director's in the headset. Chris comes up. He goes off book. No surprise there because it's Chris Rock. I still am just watching. Right. I cringe like everybody when Jada gave the look because I was like, oh man, that's my girl. She didn't think
it was funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. When he comes up, the slap happens. We all go, what that? And the director goes, Will? And I said, shit. I don't say my name. I don't know. Because I was like,
Like,
okay.
which Will?
Right, well, and I was thinking, he was like, Will Packer, like, Will, is this your thing? Because, he thought maybe this was a joke. And I was like, okay, we gotta pay this off because that wasn't that funny. I'm absolutely thinking it's part of a skit. So the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, now what? Now we got, okay, come on, guys. Like, y'all did something. Like, what we doing? How we, Then he gets back to the seat. That's when we all knew when he starts yelling, right? Keep my wife's name. Everybody knows it. When he did that, that's when we realized.
He's not kidding.
Okay, this
Not
is
playing.
not a joke. And I had people ask me, like, well, why would y'all, show Will in that moment? Why would you, pan to Will? Because what happened was, I think it was the Australian feed that didn't censor it, played it uncensored. You could hear exactly what he said. ABC, time delay, they bleeped it out. So if you were watching live in the States, you didn't necessarily you didn't hear what he said. Right? But what I tell people is that we had nowhere to cut to in that moment, right? Something was said from the stage. It was clearly a thing between Chris and Will. So you go from Chris, you go to Will. Like, if I cut to any other celebrity in that audience, they was looking crazy.
Right.
I would have had to cut to like a palm tree on La Cienega Boulevard, yo.
I remember
had
seeing
nowhere to go.
Lupita's face when that happened. I was like, oh, man, that was...
Lupita texted me later, like, I know I'm a meme now, but you did a great job. I said, yo, you were everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Why
I said,
wouldn't
the
you
way
cut the Will
felt-
in that moment?
Oh, you do, but some people felt like, oh, well, you're like playing into the drama, like you clearly know it's a negative situation.
But it's all happening so fast.
It's real time. Right. You have nothing else to cut to. You're just following the ping pong ball. That's basically what.
So now, what happens when? Because we see the break and everybody start talking. Did you run out and say, "Let me have a conversation with these brothers"? Or?
No, because I'm talking to Chris.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in the back.
What's up?
Who came in? Let's go. Rolled up in here.
How are you?
Good to see you. Okay, got another.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
How's it going? Good.
What's up, no see?
All right.
What up, y'all? You good? Good time?
What up, family?
Will?
You good?
I'm very good, man.
He had to get his test results. Clearly, he's negative.
Yeah,
so.
did he? I don't know, because it's Idris. You know, that's the celebrity thing. Like, did y'all test Idris?
No, we don't
He
play.
flew international.
Listen, remember, I'm
We
the
don't
first.
play.
I had season 1 COVID. Okay?
Yeah, you were like the first.
One, the first. I had the pilot. So
You had it when people thought it was fake and that the government was paying you to say you had it.
100%, and I didn't get none of that money.
He was the first high-profile black person to get it.
Yeah.
Because a
that
lot of
said
black
it.
people
No.
was like,
I was the first to say it.
I think he was the first to get it, brother.
Oh, no.
I mean, you were a trailblazer.
Just from
You know, but
Brothers are
people-
sitting inside like, oh no, I'm about to die. Me too, but I was like, I can't let my people go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Once you admitted you got it, that was a big deal.
Yeah, nobody thought black people could get it till Idris.
100%.
That was the internet rumor. Black people
Yes.
can't get it.
Yeah.
And then I think the
100%.
other thing that it was so early on with your wife Sabrina there with you, people were like, "What would I do if my husband?"
That was a good topic.
Yeah, that was it. I think we made that a
Yeah,
topic.
we did make it a topic. Yeah.
Like,
Really?
would you isolate or would you stay there? Because she stayed.
She stayed 100%. I told her not to get on the plane though. I said, no, stay home. This is crazy. I don't know what this is. And she's like, nah, I'm on my way.
Because she flew out to you, just to be clear. It wasn't like she
Y'all
was
got on the
there
plane
with
together,
you.
right.
She came.
No, yeah, she
no,
came.
She came to him.
Yeah.
Right? Like knowing he had this mysterious, at the time, disease. We know all the stuff. Like, that's love.
Well,
That's
she
my
claimed
point.
she didn't know. I said to her, look, the test results, look like I have this. And she was in Atlanta on a connecting flight. I was in the middle of, where was I? New Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
And she was
yeah.
coming from London, had a connecting flight in Atlanta. I got to speak to her. I was like, no, don't come. She's like, click, I'm coming. Or the other way around. And then she left. And that was
But
it.
did you say no, don't come, or did you say
100% I said no, don't come.
But did
Like,
you
you
really
know,
mean
no,
it?
no,
Did you
no.
mean
None of
it?
this conversation.
No,
We're just gonna
no,
keep
no,
talking.
no.
Wait, we're not going to pause none of that. So she never got it.
No, she did. She did.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah, she
isolated
did. Yeah, we
together.
both
And you
had
weren't
it. Yeah,
scared
we
or
both
nervous
had
at
it.
all? Like,
Of course,
Yeah,
man.
that's
I mean,
the
that
time.
shit was worse than, excuse my language, but I thought it was like.
First of all, it's the Breakfast Club. There's nothing you
Is
can't
this
say
live?
on
Is
air.
this,
No,
is
it's
this,
not
this is
live.
not
It's not
live.
live.
Oh, okay.
No.
But this shit was like having, like, not herpes, leprosy.
What? Herpes hurts?
I don't know about that. Leprosy.
Right
Oh.
now.
right now.
What is that?
That shit was like leprosy.
But I do want to make sure we get to the movie because y'all are on a very tight schedule.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't finish the Will. You want to put a button on the
yeah.
Will Smith stuff?
Yeah. Well, so when they were out talking to Will and everybody saw that, I was back with Chris. That's the answer. So I immediately went to Chris, went to him backstage, talked to him, and it was very clear in that moment that he wanted to push past it. Even in the moment when he was like, yo, this is effing crazy. It was, every option was available at that time in terms of how he wanted to handle it. He was like, man, F this. I'm going to after party. I'm getting some drinks. Like, I'm out. This is stupid. This is crazy. It's dumb. No, don't do whatever was being offered to Will. He was like, no, I'm out. I'm leaving. And so he left. It wasn't the Will that we, came to know and love. And so in that moment, I said, let's finish the show. Right? Chris allowed us that for sure. So that I will say. So we saw the apology video from Will. I loved he's going through his process. I encouraged the brother with I like his vulnerability. He's talking about it. He's trying to heal. And so this is like, that national, global healing, reckoning moment. Will we allow him that grace? Will we allow him to be the person we know him to be, or will we judge him forever by that one moment? We shall see.
We're not going to judge him by that one moment. That's just ridiculous to reduce somebody to the worst moment, right? But
I agree.
I thought I saw you say that his apology wasn't sufficient enough, though.
No, he just dropped a video.
Yes.
Right. So anything that I said, I haven't really spoken
Oh,
on
you
that.
okay, so you were talking about the apology from the Oscars.
When he came up and gave his speech, a lot of people thought he was going to directly address Chris in that moment.
Got
So
you.
did I. That's another reason I wanted to keep him there and finish the show because, he was a favorite to win. We knew he was going to win Best Actor. And I thought, you know what? He can stand up here and make all this, not go away, but much better.
Right.
And a lot of people felt like, I haven't commented on this, man, but a lot of people felt like his acceptance speech did not go far enough.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
All right.
Now let's talk about
Idris,
Beast.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but
Spit your gum out.
Really?
yes.
Why? 'Cause you can
it's
hear
way
it?
here than a mic.
Oh, shit, my bad.
You know, ever since Angela got her own show, she been real like the
we need that for eBay.
You know about this?
That is the elephant in the room. So, did you leave or did you get pushed? That's what I want to know.
Y'all finished?
Did I get pushed? First of all, I got my own show. So I'm going to have my own show, Way Up with Angela Yee. It'll come on after The Breakfast Club, nationally syndicated.
30 plus markets.
Yes, over 30 markets.
So it's like 8 hours of the Breakfast Club, 8 hours of all of us.
No, it's definitely
4
not.
hours of us and 4 hours of us.
Congratulations, that's huge.
Thank you.
Get it,
But enough
sis.
about me.
Yeah.
Let's get into some Idris. Here's a fun fact. I met Idris a long time ago, first season of The Wire. You were with my boy Hassan Johnson, and he DJ'd at a party, and I didn't know he was a DJ way back
Way
then.
back.
It was season 1 of The Wire.
That's right.
Did you know he had
And
an accent?
Yeah.
Oh,
you knew
okay.
that.
I never
When he
knew that
spoke.
until I heard him
people
speak.
did.
Yeah.
I did not know that back in the day.
No, but you're saying that when it first came out that I had an accent, I had like a real complex about it. I could like when people, I'd go up to people and talk and be like, "Yo, what's up, man?" They'd be like, "Yo, man, why are you talking like that, bro? Get out of here." I was like, "Okay, shit." That gave me a complex about my accent.
Really?
Yeah.
And so it's funny that people see you DJing and doing music, but they didn't know that you've been doing that also.
Yeah. I mean, I started DJing, and then I was on pirate radio for a little bit when I was in the teenagers. So DJing was always it. But when I came to New York and I was auditioning, wasn't getting any money, I DJ to try and pay the bills. You know what I mean?
Did DJing pay the bills though?
I mean,
Because I feel like DJs.
well, them bills wasn't high like these bills.
Okay, yeah, it's a different level of
We
bills.
wouldn't pay these bills. But
let's
Envy,
talk
me
about-
and you bucked up a few times there back in
absolutely.
the day.
Yeah, let's talk about the beast.
Everyone.
Yeah, because
Mm.
I want to know when somebody comes to Will Packer with a script,
Yeah.
it says, I got Idris Elba fighting lions. Because that's all I see in the trailers, they're just fighting lions.
Right.
What compels you to produce this movie?
I mean, did it make you want to see it?
I'm looking at it like, what is this?
No, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
Wow.
like, what is this?
I love movies like this. I saw Jamie's actually the person who came up with the idea. Is that true?
Yeah,
That-
there's a woman named Jamie Premack Sullivan.
I know Jamie.
Yep, shout out to her.
Hot Jamie.
She's an idea machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that movie Breaking In I did with Gabrielle Union?
Yep,
some
I
people
saw that
That
on the
was her
plane.
idea as well. So back in the day, old school Hollywood, people used to just pitch ideas, and then studios would make them. Now you got to have a script and attachments and all that. Jamie's one of those people that's kind of old school. She comes with just an idea. So she called me and said, "Yo, Jaws with a lion." And hung up the phone.
Drops mic.
I thought she was joking. She hung up the phone. I was like, what?
Did you call back and check
That's
it?
it.
Right.
I was getting on a plane, so I couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't really call him. I sat
why
with
you
that
don't call
thought
it
for
claws?
4 hours. Stop it. It's not.
Claws
It's
be
not.
fire.
No, it's
Now
not.
that you say that.
That's the pitch.
It was
Claws is a
originally-
show
well,
about
first of all,
nails.
You know, everybody's telling you to pitch things like this now.
Yeah.
You know that,
Well,
right?
I get a lot
2-word
of them
pitches.
anyway. So I called Driss. So that's what happened. So nobody like came to me with the script and said, "Oh, what about Idris?" Like, this is my guy. We've done 6 movies together. 5 so far, 3 been #1. Like, this is our 6th movie. We'll see what happens. But reality is that when I have I don't call him about stuff unless I know it's like real. If I call Driss and I'm excited about it, he knows, okay, it might be something. And so what I thought was, actually, like as crazy and silly as that idea is, underneath the surface of that, like we could actually do something. And this movie is actually about a father, strange relationship with his daughter, a family in peril. It's about poaching. It's about the relentless nature and the scourge of poaching that happens in Africa. And it's about the fact that this lion is man-made. We made this lion because of poaching, because in real life, the poachers separate the alpha males from the prides, and they become rogue lions. Now, we took it to the extreme with this, and it's one of those exciting man versus beast survival thrillers.
What do you mean man-made lion? What does that mean?
I mean that the phenomenon in real life, poachers come in and they do hunt these lions. Sometimes to get them out of the way so they can get to rhinos and elephants. Sometimes to actually sell everything from their skin to their teeth to their claws, all of that. What happens oftentimes is that the alpha males get separated. They destroy the prides. Now that alpha male has nowhere to go. To try to get into another pride, he'd have to kill the alpha male that exists, and they ain't going for that. They'll kill him. So the violence begets violence. And so you end up with these, they call them nomadic lions. I learned all this stuff over there. And they will roam because they don't have a home. When we said, what if one of these lions realized that man is his true enemy?
Right.
What if one of them said, yo,
And now they're hunting you.
absolutely, I'm coming back to take the true enemy out, and that's what happens in this
And
movie.
there were some true stories around that. You know what I mean? Like lions don't typically go after man, but when they do, they taste human blood. They want it all the time. It's easy meat.
So when he called you and pitched you this, what was your first opinion when he said, "I want you to fight some lions"?
I said no.
You said no off the bat.
I said, get that out of here.
So what made you decide to do it?
Well, look, I like making movies in Africa, right? And I always like to see Africa set, in a proper light, get some story behind it so people understand what, how beautiful Africa is. And this story has a duality. It does that. It talks about, like Will said, the poaching and how animals get destroyed and how our relationship with the environment is really important that we take care of that. But at the same time, I've played fathers before. And I think that, black fathers especially, get a bad rap. So I'm like, all right, let me try and change the narrative of some of the characters I play. And this had that opportunity with these two little girls, So
For sure.
So that's why we massaged this idea and thought about it, and all these elements came together. I trust Will, made a few films of him. Trust that when he makes a film that, is going to speak to a culture and it's going to be relevant, he puts a lot of thought and time into it. And that's why, even though these films are popcorn, it's there for entertainment. This isn't a movie about poaching. It really is an entertainment through a ride. You are jumping out of your seat.
The imagery is important, though, if I could just drop that, because, this is just playing a father to two daughters. That father-daughter dynamic, that black father with two black daughters, they are in peril. Typically, you see, the black supporting actor with the white family, right? So I'm always in my stuff and in my work going to try to push the envelope and put images out there that we don't typically see. So,
I haven't seen it, but hearing you describe it makes me feel like, it's going to sound crazy maybe, but it seems like Idris and the Lion have a lot in common.
They absolutely do.
Yeah, it's parallels, definitely.
And you're a widow in it, right?
That's right.
And so that is...
He's dealing with a lot of loss. He lost his wife, his children lost, their mother, and his children lost him to some degree. So he's like out there in the wilderness, a little bit lost as well. And I think this story, for some of the audience who I saw it at the premiere, and people are following the story. The human story as much as they are like, where's that lion? Run. And it's a good film for that.
I saw your 20-year-old daughter on the red carpet with you too, by the way. Beautiful. I can't believe your daughter is 20 years old.
Man.
So how did that play into you playing a father to daughters?
Your own experience is always gonna. Interestingly enough, my daughter auditioned for this role. She wants to be an actress, and she auditioned, and it came down to chemistry in the end. My
she
daughter and
very
I.
good.
She was great, but
yeah.
the relationship in the film and the relationship between my daughter was the chemistry wasn't right for film. Weirdly enough, she didn't. My daughter didn't talk to me for about 3 weeks.
Wow,
so, it's cool. But
Y'all be kind of upset too. I
know.
I'd be like, you say we don't have no chemistry as father and daughter.
And then who called and said, "Hey, you didn't get the part"?
him.
I did. I called and talked to him because I've known his son for a very long time. You know what I mean? I'm like Uncle Will. That's like, my little niece, and she's amazing. And here's what I'll say. I'll give props to Idris because a lot of people, you talk about nepotism, like two dads that are like for real, like want the best for their kids but hard on them, Idris Elba and Ice Cube. Like, real deal.
Right.
Like, Idris was definitely like, listen, I want her to put her through the ropes, go in, give her a shot, audition. He auditioned with her. He was very tough on her, and he said, listen, at the end of the day, we're going to make the best decision for the movie. I trust you, Will. Trust the director, Balt. And she was very good, very close. Idris is right. Some of the nuances of, like, that real-life relationship sometimes doesn't translate on screen.
Right. On screen, yeah.
But, he was tough
But she was
on her.
very gracious about it. We got through that, and I'm really proud of her to go through that. You know what I mean? And then not get the role, but still come to the premiere.
But you're gonna be seeing her though. You're definitely gonna be seeing her.
Yeah, that's part of the
especially if it's a
process,
role
yeah.
that her dad's not in, right? And she gets that, right, which she will on her own. I just think that's an even better way to,
Yeah, I
jump
agree. It's
into
a
the
better
game.
Because you're going to keep her in mind now when you see something, and that's part of the casting process. You might not get this, but when I see something you're right for.
100%.
No doubt.
100%.
Can we go back to the similarities between Idris and the Lion? Because I feel like, when you say that the lion realizes man is his enemy, he's talking about the white man, right? So the poaching and the colonization, is that the correlation?
Well,
But just to be clear, poaching isn't a white-black thing. It is an economical ecosystem. People that poach are either feeding, people buying stuff in different markets, or they're trying to feed their families to poach. So it's an economical drive. It's not white or black. But yeah, definitely, the economics, the rich get rich from poaching. That's a fact. And so, when the symmetry between my character is that, when someone dies in your family and you don't know how to deal with that, you know what I mean? Like you lose a part of yourself, you lose a part of your family structure, and you find yourself very isolated. When my father died 7 years ago, I'm an only child. That was like very tough for me.
Condolences, bro.
Yeah, no, thank you. But it was very tough for me to this day. Every other day, I just feel, part of me is missing. So in this case, in this story, my guy's out there in the wilderness. He has 2 daughters, one of which, he doesn't have a connection to. He's lost his wife, and now he's in the jungle fighting a lion. He feels very isolated.
And Idris' character is in self-preservation mode, right? And so is the lion. The lion's in self-preservation mode. Idris' character is trying to protect his family. This lion is trying to protect his territory. So they end up going head-to-head, but they are absolutely on a parallel journey. Yeah.
When the movie started, I was like, oh, man, I already knew. Well, first of all, it starts off super exciting from the beginning. You don't know what's happening, but you just see, a little gory scene. But then no Wi-Fi and no phone service. Imagine having 2 daughters, and now you got to be somewhere with no Wi-Fi and no phone service.
You got to talk to them, you actually got to speak to them and play games with them,
I already this is a disaster.
We shot it deep in the bush, too. We shot it like real deal in South Africa. This was not green screen, in Atlanta. We were out there.
And how was that? How was shooting in another country with other rules and regulations?
I mean, we say we. Will wasn't there?
Hold on, don't do that. Don't do that on the brother.
No, I'm joking.
Don't do that on Anthony's farewell tour. Don't drop viral nuggets. Will Packer never go to set. Not on the farewell tour.
He came one time.
He came twice, maybe. Twice,
He came for the rap party.
I'm upset because, my guy's, he's Big Chris now. He's used to certain things. Those things didn't exist out there. We're deep in the bush. We're in tents, huts, you know what I mean?
He said we?
Not luxurious.
Oh, my God. What do you mean? There's nothing of that. So he thinks South Africa, which is an amazing country, absolutely beautiful. They're 2 major cities, Cape Town and Johannesburg. They look like American cities, right? We were 5 hours away from the closest major city. We were deep in it. So even my guy, even superstar,
whoa.
sexy,
Don't do all that.
That, had to get out there and get in that nature. Now,
I'm a method actor. I don't know what to tell you.
You definitely complained a couple times though when that water wasn't hot.
Are you a nature guy? Are you a nature guy, Idris? Are you a nature guy?
I don't mind nature.
Okay.
I don't mind nature. I don't like bats. Okay.
Oh my God, no one likes bats.
You want to tell a bat story?
Yeah, man. 100%. So I call you out.
Now tell it right now. Don't be like,
This is a true story. It was my wife's birthday, and we're staying in this house. It was just a house, it's got a thatched roof and everything.
In Africa or here? We back
in Limpopo, where we shot this piece.
Thatch roof envy. So when he says that's not like America. You have a real roof. You put straw on it. These are thatch, like actual straw. Everything gets in these roofs.
We knew there were things in the roof because you could hear them sleeping. What is that? Oh, something scrolling across the roof. Anyway, it's birthday, I'm like, baby, let's get in the shower together. Let's do that. Boom, boom. She's like, cool, get in the shower. What and that. And she looks down on the door. She sees something just hanging on for dear life, wet and hairy with wings. And she goes, what is that? I turn around. Listen, I got out there so fast.
You left your wife?
What?
Charlamagne, he left his wife with
here's the logic behind leaving.
There is no logic.
He was in method acting because he was
I don't even believe beef
line.
anymore. I don't believe beef.
It's
a 2-bit shower. I was like, all right, if I get out, I can open the door, take this thing out, right? I didn't do that. I just left. My mom was like, you love me. I was like, quick, get out of there. It's a right in the shower.
This is the same wife that flew in while you had COVID.
Don't make it a story.
Deadly disease.
Don't make it a story. Don't make it a story.
Don't make it a story.
Don't make it a story.
It's yourself.
I just want to make sure.
There was a bat in my shower.
And you left your wife with
We out.
No, you were out.
We were both out. I was just out quicker.
I stayed in one time in Montserrat. There's a lot of bats there where my mom is from, and I stayed above a bat cave in a house. I didn't know it was right above a bat cave, and every day there were bats. Every time we went outside at night, everywhere, flying around, inside the house, dipping above the pool. And when we first got to the house, there was a bat in the corner, and we were like, nobody wanted that room. And Julia Beverly was with us. She had to get the bat off the. I was like, not me.
So who got the bat?
You don't know.
He has no idea. He left.
Yeah, 100%.
left.
No, the cleaner, the person that looked after the house, she came in. She's
told
like,
you,
oh, these little things.
Sabrina could be a vampire. You don't even know what happened. You didn't know
She's a vampire now.
First of all, Will, it was a tiny
my
bat.
God,
It wasn't
that's
like
a
big
good
bat.
movie.
She wasn't in
That
danger.
makes the story worse, Mr.
She
Elba.
wasn't in danger.
That makes the story worse.
No.
She ran from a tiny bat.
Yeah, she could have got
100%.
rabies.
And left her in there.
She could have got
fruit
rabies.
bat.
All right, tell me, what would you do? What would you do?
What would I do?
Run.
Save her.
Okay.
With my wife?
Yeah, I would tell
What
my
would
wife,
you do?
let's get out there. I would push her out.
You gotta
front.
act up.
That's what I
Leave
did.
your wife.
No, you said you ran
no,
first.
don't
I
revise
ran
it
and
now.
pulled her.
No.
You got, you know, they tell you to put your seatbelt on first when you're in a plane. You got look
Say
after
it was
Mr.
a
Elba.
mask. You put
He
your
left
mask
his
on.
wife.
Well, I
He
have an
left
idea
his
for a
wife.
movie now from
This one here, this one, it's a comedy. That's a comedy.
No,
Oh,
look.
comedies now,
They're in
okay.
the shower, right? The
Okay.
bat. He runs out. She gets bitten by the bat.
Right.
She
What?
turns
Whoa,
into
whoa,
a
whoa.
vampire.
That's
and then she
comes in and
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And
gets
then,
revenge on him for leaving.
Exactly.
Idris Elba doesn't know what happened to us, but she could have gotten bit. We don't know. He left.
I tell
okay?
that story with pride. You know why? Because
tell it with pride.
most people would do the same. People
don't
listen to
know,
be like,
man.
hell yeah, I'd
This
run.
reminds me of the
I'd get
Tamron
out
Hall
of here.
story when she broke up with that guy because she was drowning
in the water and he didn't go
left
save
her
her.
there.
Well, that's a little extreme.
Yeah, jeez.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Elba?
He said she had a vest on, so she didn't need help immediately.
I wouldn't leave my wife. I just want to say that for the record. I
'Cause
love
she's
her
right here.
dearly. She's the most important person in the world to me, and I would not leave her with the dangerous, deadly bat. Just for the record.
But it's just
Mr. Elba.
during this movie, do you ever get like nightmares when you do a thriller or a horror, like think about it in your sleep, especially from method acting where you have to get so involved?
No, not really. No. There was no lines in this film, you know, and it was all, you know, CGI, incredible special effects. And in fact, the guy that was the lion was this guy in a grey cat suit with a big old head, you know, like a teddy bear or whatever. And that was who I had to fight. That was my my thing. So that didn't give me any nightmares. The bat gave me nightmares.
The bat story got me thinking, like, how many times in real life have you lost to animals?
Lost?
Yes.
Because that was a loss.
Yeah, I had a
He
fight
feels
with a
like
Shih
he
Tzu one
won.
time. Like I had a dog bite me one time. You know what I mean? So how many times have you lost to
Where did
animals?
the dog bite you?
Shih Tzu like the littlest dog?
Yeah,
Watch this, watch
I
this.
earned that one.
Watch
though.
this.
'Cause I-
Where did the dog bite you?
No.
like at the top of my, like the lower back, like right
bit
above
your
my
ass.
ass.
The dog bit your ass.
But it was my fault though, because I was getting on my knees barking at him and I was agitating him, and then as soon as I turned around, I was a kid. I don't know
He
why.
definitely
Oh, man.
deserved to
I
bite your
deserved it. I
ass.
definitely deserved it.
I haven't lost to any animals.
Well,
And
Just
I-
the bat?
I didn't lose to the bat, though.
He feels like he won.
I got out of there.
He outran it.
That's a loss.
100%.
that
You
one
chose
time,
not to fight the bat.
and one
So
time
you
they
chose
were
not to
talking-
come to set.
I
How
was
about
there.
that?
I wasn't there on the bat day, but you know.
And one time they wanted you to be in the 007 movie, James Bond, right? James Bond, first of all, would have never ran from the bat. But were you ever thinking about doing a James Bond thing?
No, I mean, it's, you know, this is the most famous rumor in the world, you know, and when I get to speak to people one-on-one, it just never, it's just a rumor.
Oh wow.
At this stage, at this stage, it's more like a will of a nation. Like everywhere I go, people go, "Yo, you should play James Bond." And you know, at this junction, it's beyond me, right? You know, I'm thankful for the rumor. You know, it's an honor to be associated to that character, but I've never played him. Never.
I'm sure if Will Packer gets the chance to produce it, Idris Elba will be 007. I guarantee that'll
I
happen.
put Idris in everything.
What?
Like they say, I put that shit on everything. I put it. Well, I'm not saying you would do it, but I would. You know what I mean?
You put me in
Because
all your number ones. Let's put it that way.
well, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that.
What
You
came
never
first,
thought
the
about
movie or
Kevin
the
Hart for
number
this
one?
role in Beast?
Could you see? It'd be a very different movie. Very different movie.
Really?
Idris is the guy for this.
Kevin would have fought that back.
Kevin definitely would have.
Kevin's the same size
Same
as the bat.
size,
That
same
would have
level.
been.
Wow.
That's why the chairs are so low. I don't know if you know. Kevin Hart bought those chairs. That's why they're so short, because he wants everybody on his level.
I believe that.
No, true story.
I don't
That's a
believe
Kevin
that.
True,
Hart
like,
thing
I'm
to
not-
do.
Yeah, he said
I
he
think
went
the
his feet
desk
to
is
reach the floor.
Yeah,
uncharacteristically
this desk
high.
is really high. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
I can't put that on Kevin,
The
man.
new one will be better. But
The new one on Angelique's show.
Yeah.
Angelique got her own.
Mine is
Angelique-
definitely
Congratulations.
upgraded.
Yes,
Yes.
it's a lot of changes
Better
coming.
desk.
So what do y'all want people to get out of this movie, Beast? Like when we go see it, because you know when black people nowadays, when we go see something full of black people,
Yeah.
we got to have a message in it. There got to be something. Like what do you want us to get out of it after we see it?
Don't leave your family. Fight for your family.
That's
I
real.
know you ain't saying that after what we just heard.
Family is everything. That's good though. That's real. I
No,
mean, because
it
it
is.
is about a family that's going through something. They're
It
in
is.
pain, they're in trauma, they're in turmoil. Even before they get there and have to deal with this, you know, bloodthirsty lion. And the lion is a bad motherfucker. I'm just gonna tell you, like it's a real deal. So I know we talking about the subtext and the nuance. That's always gonna be there, especially in the Idris Elba project. But the reality is that it's super exciting. It's edge of your seat. It's the perfect, like, you know, end of summer, you know, go to the theater, get in some AC and watch a crazy movie that's really, really good.
It is
You're going
that.
to spill a little popcorn. You're going to hit the person next to
Definitely.
you. Like, it
And-
goes there.
But we go, you know, like there's a tendency with action films where the male character has to be a dominant action figure. My character is a doctor. He can't hold a gun. He don't know how to fight, and he puts himself in a situation in harm's way for his children. And so, I was always careful that not to oversell this film as a film where you're going to see a man fighting lions. No man fights lions. Lions, if they hit a man, you are defending yourself. You know what I mean? So that's what, I want people to take from this film. Like, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and you might not look cool doing it, but you have to do what you have to do.
So is it realistic? Do you die?
Come on, they got let
What? You have to watch the movie.
Watch the movie, man.
Everybody does not survive. I'll say that.
It starts off with some death.
We go.
Immediately. I just saw we just got the screener yesterday, so I saw part of it.
Okay. Go see it in the cinema, though.
Yeah. Oh, no, I will. First of all, I love a thriller, and I love gory movies, and horror movies are my favorite. One day I want to be in a horror movie. That's like my favorite genre of movies, so that's why I was excited for this. But I am going to finish the screener before it comes out.
I was going to ask, you just said that. Do y'all care about most things are not coming in the cinema, so they don't get the sound that you necessarily want? The lighting, the picture, for both of you, because you're an actor and you're a producer. So sometimes, how does that make you guys feel?
As a producer, I produce things for various mediums, so I don't mind. Like, this is made for the big screen. But right now I'm in production on 2 movies that are both for streaming. So I just think I have to make things for consumers and for people where they want to watch them.
Right.
This one is absolutely intended for the big screen. When you see this lion, when you see him in all his size and glory, you want to see him on that big screen. That's
Sounds
how
like
I
a
feel
good
about
date night.
What about you, Idris?
I just feel like the industry of cinema needs to stay alive, man. You know what I mean? I feel like, that's where we consume some of the most incredible film that the human race has ever seen. It's on the cinema, big screen. But I'm not picky about it. You know what I mean? This film, it would be a waste not to see, because we go to Africa and you see the land. We shot on this beautiful camera that has this incredible lens sensor, and you get to see, you're there, you know what I'm saying? But if you've got a beautiful TV at home, you're going to get the same experience. But I really feel like going to the movies together as a family, date night, all of that culture, that shaped us,
Absolutely.
I don't know how you have time. I don't know how both of you have time with all your multiple projects and things that you have going on.
Got a great team.
When do y'all take a
Great
break?
team.
Netflix movies, DC movies, dating shows. Like,
You have to show up to set. You have.
Is that your comeback for
he
the
doesn't
fact that
actually
you
have
left
to
your
show
wife?
up, right, Will?
You tell him, Yee.
He doesn't really have
big
to.
boss. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well,
But I did. I came and checked on my guy. Let me tell you, Idris told me when he knew we were shooting like way out, he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna need you here." Like I was like, "Of course I'm gonna be." He's like, "No, for real."
Idris
Idris was
was
nervous. I know
He was
changed on us
nervous.
a little.
So why you trying to
Just-
act like you weren't nervous?
I'm
I was nervous.
You just
About
said he was
what?
nervous.
I'm African, man. This ain't
You're scared
nothing
of
new
bats.
to me. I'm
Why
out
did you
there.
run out
I don't
when the
like
bat came
bats.
in?
No, 100%. Who
You
likes
think
bats?
he changed on us a little bit? He's not showing up to set. He's coming when he
A little
wants.
bit. I mean, he's got multiple formats to fill, and that's why he don't show up to the
Two-time
African
Emmy nominated.
movies.
Y'all not gonna break my soul. Ain't thinking about shit. Okay, most talked about Oscars ever. Whatever.
Will, are you going to
Definitely.
produce the Oscars next year?
There's nothing. There's no way.
Really?
Offer me anything. There's no way I'd do it again.
Why?
No way. I've done it. Done it.
Damn,
It
Will.
was off. No.
And I'm talking. When I say Dan Will, I mean Smith.
Even before that. Nah, I've done. It's like producing 10 movies at once, man. It's an incredibly labor-intensive process.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I
and I
imagine.
like poured everything into it. You know what I mean? Driss was one of the first people to text me after it all, went down, and he said like something to the effect of, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Stay up, king. Like, that's my guy. He does that.
I will say though
I'm done.
that the way you reformatted the sort of intimacy of the Oscars was cool. You know what I mean? It just felt like that it was just less stuffy, less awardsy. But obviously it gave a little shorter runway if you want to slap someone. You just want to let them. But no, I'm just saying the intimacy. The intimacy was
I
definitely.
helped to make it
You
possible.
created
No, I'm just
the
saying
perfect
that.
environment.
You're that close. Someone piss you off, you just can get up. But
Driss,
before, you'd have
what
to
do you
walk a long way.
How would you have reacted to
Through the
something
crowd.
like that, Idris? How would you? Because you're a professional.
Oh, boy.
Been professional. We always seen you professional. Somebody does that to you on live TV. How do you react?
I mean, you have to be in the moment, but with someone like Will, I understand we're all going through some shit. I'm not going to air him out on TV. It's not good for both of us to go down like that. You having a moment, it's okay. Let's just deal with this backstage. That's what I've done, especially if my brother's holding down this whole show. Everyone's watching us. The whole industry's going to be like, oh, I wonder what they're going to do with this show. I'm just going to make sure that I don't contribute to it and add fire. But in the moment, who knows,
Yeah.
In the moment, who knows?
That was a
gotta
very
go fellas,
healed.
too.
That was a very healed answer you gave just now.
100%, man. I know what show I'm on.
Well, we appreciate you for
The show
joining
that comes
us.
on before Angela Yee. That's the show you're on.
The opening act.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Opening act. I love it.
That's right.
Well, it's Idris Elba, it's Will Packer, The Beast, the movie, August 19th. We appreciate you guys for joining us.
Love y'all,
Appreciate
fam.
it.
Thank you,
Love you
sir.
guys. Thank you so
Good
much.
morning.